Well, here we are. The top 20 album, or my top 20 albums of 2012. And I would do 25, but I could only choose 20, so. This video will be 20 through 11. I will do another video for 11 through 1, or 11 through 5, and then probably 5 through 1, or I'll just do 10 to 1, all in one video. So, we're just going to go right into it. Let's go. Alright, so 20, the first two, 20 and 19, are non-metal, not even rock albums. Number 20 is the 2012 release Abominations by Twiztid. Now, I'm pretty sure what you guys are thinking, why is there a rap album, or a hip-hop album, or a horrorcore album, or whatever you're going to put it under? Why is that on this list? Well, let's just simply state, I do occasionally listen to Twiztid and ICP. Not hardcore, every second has to be ICP and Twiztid, like most people, like the Juggalos. But I do occasionally listen to them. I think Twiztid did great on Abominations. It even features ICP in it. So I'm just not going to talk much about Abominations, and I'm not going to talk much about number 19 either. So, number 20, Abominations by Twiztid. Now, number 19 is The Mighty Death Pop by Insane Clown Posse. Yes, I told you 19 wouldn't belong on here either, but I put it on here because The Mighty Death Pop is highly enjoyable. The first time I ever listened to Insane Clown Posse, excuse me a minute. Sorry you guys had to see that. The first time I listened to Insane Clown Posse, first song I ever heard by them was Chris Benoit, off The Mighty Death Pop. Watched the music video. I thought it was pretty cool. And then I listened to more of The Mighty Death Pop. I even went back to some of their older albums, like The Wraith, Shangri-La, or even The Great Malenko. I even went back as far as The Carnival of Carnage on listening to ICP. Didn't quite enjoy Carnival of Carnage, Ringmaster, or Riddlebox as much. The Great Malenko, the Wraith, Shangri-La, and The Mighty Death Pop, and a little bit of Bang Pow Boom is what got me somewhat into ICP. So, I'm just going to finish number 19 right there. Number 19, The Mighty Death Pop by Insane Clown Posse. Number 18 is a Swedish extreme metal group. They're starting to get a little mainstream attention from what I understand. Koloss by Meshuggah, or Koloss, however you're going to pronounce it. This album right here. I think, I have never heard of Meshuggah until Koloss was announced. It was in the little infomercial thing was in my recommended videos and on one of my other channels, and I watched it and I was like, this looks interesting. So while I was on vacation, I went to Hot Topic and purchased the deluxe edition of Koloss. So I listened to it. The first track, I Am Colossus, comes on. I am blown away. I mean, Meshuggah did a great job on this album. Tracks like I Am Colossus, Break Those Bones Whose Sinews Gave It Motion, Marrow, The Demon's Name is Surveillance. Those are like great tracks. Even The Last Vigil is a good track. That only guitar song, that really slow-paced, slow-tempo song. The Last Vigil is even a great track. I think all the way from beginning to end, from I Am Colossus to The Last Vigil, Koloss is a good album. It's great, even. So, number 18, Koloss by Meshuggah. Number 17 is Dose by Green Day. Dose, I haven't listened to as much as the other two, as much as Uno and Trey. But Dose, the way the Uno, Dose, and Trey trilogy works, Uno is the pre-party, Dose is the party, and Trey is the aftermath of the party. So, Dose was like the party. It's more of the garage style, like Green Day's side project, Foxborough Hot Tubs. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It had a couple enjoyable songs. Amy was okay. Fuck Time was even a good song. It was catchy. So number 18, or number 17, I'm sorry, Dose by Green Day. Now number 16 is Uno by Green Day. Uno, like I said, was the pre-party, and Uno was actually not bad when I first listened to it. Tracks like, here, let me see, Nuclear Family, Stay the Night was good, Kill the DJ was catchy, it was like almost like a dance song. Oh Love was the first song, obviously, that I heard from it, because that was the first one released. And there were those up-tempo songs like Let Yourself Go or Loss of Control. And Carpe Diem was a good song. But not the best of the trilogy, but it was still good. It beat Dose by a long shot. So, number 16 is Uno by Green Day. Excuse me a second. Again, I think I'm catching a cold or something. So don't mind me when I grab a Kleenex or a tissue. Now, number 15, I believe, is what I'm on. Yeah, number 15 is the end of the trilogy, Trey by Green Day. Trey, by far, was the best album from the trilogy. And like I said, it's the after party. Songs like Brutal Love or The Forgotten, those ballad-like songs almost. The Forgotten is a piano ballad, pretty much. 99 Revolutions was a good song. X-Kid was definitely a good song. Dirty Rotten Bastards was pretty good. Reminded me of Jesus of Suburbia from American Idiot, just not as long. So yeah, not much else to say. Number 15, Trey by Green Day. Number 14 is a complete opposite direction from Green Day. It's deathcore, and when I figured out where this band was from, by the way, and it completely surprised me. I would not expect deathcore from my home state, from Tennessee. Whitechapel by Whitechapel, their self-titled album. My friend sent me a copy of it, or let me borrow a copy of it. I put it on my computer. I listened to songs like, I think it was called Hate Creation. Yeah, like Hate Creation and I Dementia, Culturalist, and even, I think it was Devoid. Whitechapel, I'm not a big fan of deathcore, but Whitechapel did amazing on this album. So, enough said there. Number 14, Whitechapel by Whitechapel. Number 13, I heard their song. I heard this song, "King for a Day," featuring Kellen Quinn from Sleeping with Sirens by Pierce the Veil. So number 13, "Collide with the Sky" by Pierce the Veil. I was shopping for CDs at Hot Topic. I found Collide with the Sky. I wanted to see if King for a Day was on it. That was the only song I've ever heard by Pierce the Veil until I bought this album. And it was, so I bought it. I listened to the full album. Songs like Hell Above, A Match into Water, Bulls in the Bronx, obviously King for a Day. Hold On Till May was a good song. I'm Low on Gas and You Need a Jacket was alright. But I have never listened to Pierce the Veil out of King for a Day until I bought this album. I'm really looking forward to the next Pierce the Veil album to see what they do. Now, number 12 is an album that surprised me when it first came out, because I hadn't heard anything from this band in a long time, not since like 2010, I believe it was. Especially the kind of style that they put back on it. Number 12, I believe that's what number I'm on. I'm losing track here. Yeah, number 12, The Connection by Papa Roach. Now, if you're a fan of Papa Roach, I'm sorry you guys have to see this. I think I am catching a cold. Anyway, number 12, The Connection by Papa Roach. If any of you have listened to Papa Roach in the past, and by the past I mean like Infest, Love, Hate, Tragedy, you know they used to be like rap rock, and then getting around the Getting Away with Murder era, the Paramore Sessions era, Metamorphosis, they evolved into more like hard rock. Well, on The Connection, they go back slightly into their Infest and Love Hate Tragedy era. They like Still Swingin'. That song is like something that would be on Infest. Where Did the Angels Go is a good song. Leader of the Broken Hearts, definitely. Before I Die, and even the bonus tracks, What's Left of Me and Ninth Life, because of course this is the deluxe edition, were great. So number 12, The Connection by Papa Roach. And to finish this video up, number 11 by a French, I believe it's black metal and doom metal. I haven't listened to much of them, but I did listen to most of this album. Les Voyages, I believe it's Les Voyages de l'Âme. I hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, Alceste, I am so sorry. The first song I listened to off this album was Beings of Light, and then I went on to Havens. I went to Autre Tame. I think I'm pronouncing all these right. I know I pronounced Beings of Light and Havens right. Summer's Glory. The entire album was good. Here, I can even... No, I'm not even going to translate. I don't feel like it right now. But Les Voyages de l'Âme, again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If not, I'm so sorry. Was phenomenal. I never expected things much metal from France. Let alone what number, I believe it's number 8 on my list was. But like bands like Gojira, I believe they're French, and then there's Alceste, obviously. They blew me away. So number 11, Les Voyages de l'Âme by Alceste. So I will stop here. Next video will be numbers 10 through 1. And I will see you guys then.